Imagine a monumental task, carving a shortcut through a continent, forever changing global trade and human connectivity. Such an endeavor demands immense human effort, far beyond what local resources can provide. But have you ever paused to consider who those laborers were, the countless individuals whose toil shaped this engineering marvel? The construction of the Panama Canal relied heavily on a diverse workforce drawn primarily from the Caribbean, especially the British and French West Indies. Dominant numbers of workers hailed from Barbados, Martinique, and Guadeloupe, forming the backbone of the labor force. Significant contributions also came from Spain, Italy, and various parts of the Americas, including the United States and Panama itself. The need for such an international workforce stemmed from several critical factors. Panama simply did not have a large enough local population to supply the tens of thousands of laborers required for such an extensive project. Furthermore, the extremely harsh conditions, including rampant tropical diseases like malaria and yellow fever, meant that many workers perished or became too ill to continue. The United States, which took over the project in 1904, actively recruited workers from countries with a surplus labor force and a history of working on large-scale infrastructure projects in similar climates, especially after the French attempt failed partly due to labor shortages and disease. Understanding this diverse labor force helps us appreciate the global scale of the undertaking. Recruitment efforts were extensive, with agents traveling to various islands and European countries to offer contracts, often painting a rosier picture of the conditions than reality. Workers were typically paid low wages, but these wages were often significantly higher than what they could earn at home, making the dangerous journey a compelling prospect for many seeking economic opportunity. For example, many Barbadian men traveled specifically for this work, sending remittances home to support their families. An interesting detail is how recruitment strategies evolved. Initially, the United States focused on white European labor, but soon realized that Caribbean workers, many of whom had prior experience with construction in tropical climates and some immunity to endemic diseases, were better suited and more resilient to the challenges. This shift highlighted the practical necessity of adapting recruitment to the unique environmental and health demands of the Panamanian Isthmus. The sheer scale of this migration represented one of the largest movements of labor in the early 20th century. The legacy of the Panama Canal is not just its engineering prowess, but also the powerful story of international collaboration and immense personal sacrifice from workers across many nations. Recognizing their origins helps us honor the human cost and the enduring contribution made by individuals from dozens of countries, whose efforts literally connected to oceans and shaped the course of global commerce.